Hi guys, so for today's episode, we are going to talk about adolescents' mental health. Did you guys know that mental health problems are actually common among adolescents? And the most common mental health problems among adolescents are emotional disorders, childhood behavioral disorders, eating disorders, psychosis, self-harm or suicide, and also risk-taking behaviors. The consequences of not addressing these mental health problems among adolescents may cause impairment both to their physical and mental health. There are so many causes that may contribute to this mental health, such as poverty, abuse, violence. For the first mental health problem that are common among adolescents are emotional disorders such as anxiety and depression. These emotional disorders can also contribute to experience of excessive irritability, frustration, and also anger. Globally, depression is the fourth leading cause of illness and disability among adolescents aged 15 to 19 years old. As for anxiety, it is the ninth leading cause for adolescents aged 15 to 19 years old. These emotional disorders can affect areas such as schoolwork and school attendance. The worst scenario, depression can lead to suicide. Childhood behavioral disorders are the second leading cause of disease burden in young adolescents. These disorders include attention deficit hyperactivity disorders, ADHD, and also conduct disorders. These disorders can affect adolescents' education and may result in criminal behavior. And the third one is eating disorder, which commonly emerge during adolescence and young adulthood. Eating disorders are more commonly affect females more than males, and conditions such as anorexia nervosa, bulimia nervosa, and binge eating disorders are characterized by harmful eating behaviors. Eating disorders are really harmful and often coexist with depression, anxiety, and also substance misuse. As for psychosis, it is the fourth most common mental health disorders among adolescents, which is most commonly emerge in late adolescence or early adulthood. The symptoms may include hallucinations or delusions. These experiences can impair an adolescent's ability to participate in daily life, in education, and also lead to stigma. Suicide is the third leading cause of death in older adolescents aged 15 to 19 years old. Nearly 90% of the world's adolescents live in low or middle class income countries, and more than 90% of these adolescent suicides are among adolescents living in those countries. And the last one is risk-taking behaviors such as substance use and also sexual risk-taking, which may start during adolescence. These risk-taking behaviors are unhelpful strategy to cope with poor mental health and can severely impact the adolescents' mental and physical well-being. Mental health screening is one of the quickest and easiest way to determine whether you are experiencing symptoms of mental health condition. So this is like a key part of youth mental health. Approximately 50% of the mental health condition begin by the age of 14. So this mental health screening allow for early identification and also help to bridge the gap. Because mental health conditions are such as depression, anxiety are real common and treatable. And I'm also going to share you guys one link from Mental Health America, which has a number of mental health tests that you can take. There are also ways to get help if you have these mental health problems. Firstly, the most important thing is if you think that you or someone you're close to might have this kind of problem, you've already taken the first step, which is to notice something doesn't seem right. For instance, someone might seem depressed, anxious, so if it's an emergency, for example, someone is suicidal or in a crisis, please call an emergency number in your country. For example, in the United States, it's 911, and in Malaysia, it's 999. And the second step is to get help from mental health experts such as psychiatrists, psychologists, or clinical social worker. Doing these two things might be tough, but once you do it, you can find what's going on and start to get better. Like other medical conditions, mental illnesses are often easiest to treat when they're at early stages. There are also global suicide hotlines which are available in most of the countries. These suicide hotlines provide help to those in need and also confidential support to the people who are having emotional crisis or distress. And the most famous suicide prevention volunteers is Befrienders, which is also available here in KL. They provide an open space for those in distress to talk and be heard. I will also link down below the numbers for global suicide hotline resources, which are available in most of the countries. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video and comment, and also don't forget to tune in the next episode where we'll talk about food which is good for psychological health.